Hello people, today I'm going to do a review on the Hexagear Governor Ignite Spartan, and this one was a really fun and fast build. I've been doing those a lot lately, which is a good thing. Helps me relax between my work schedule. So this is the Ignite Spartan. He is such a cool little unit. In 1/24 scale with a lance that's an envy to anyone who ever liked medieval weapons. These guys, I mean, obviously it's a folding lance, but I will show you that in just a bit. Right now the phone is in my hands. Just wanted to show, compared to other Kotobukiya Hexagear governors, this is what he's looking like. So here's another, what is his name? Bianco. That's Bianco. That is the early governor Jungle. That is one of the, I think that's Cerberus, not Hetzer. Here's another early governor. I dropped his hand right there. That's fun. And another early type. I forget her name as well. You can see that one. She's a pretty short girl. I think they like to make them short. In addition to that sizing, I also have, this is also by Kotobukiya. That one is the Innocentia hand scale. And I keep dropping her. She doesn't want to stand up. Misbehaving over here. She's a little guy compared. But in the larger size, but also on 1/24 scale, there is the number 57. And here's the core block, or the core body from that same line. As you can see, they are a little bit taller than the Hexagear, but not by much. And it makes sense because they are robots, not humans. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what that guy is anyway. Pretty sure he's a person in there. But that is it for size comparison. Let me go ahead and put this on my stand, and I will show you what kind of stuff you got with the Ignite Spartan. So Mr. Spartan here, he doesn't come with too much besides the stand set that he's wearing, and an archive card and a bunch of option hands. Archive card is a lot of information along with a neat picture of the guy in action. If you want to pause that, you can translate that. So this guy, this is his backpack, which is a pretty simple design. Most of the Hexagears come with that hexagram. I got that one stuck in there because I didn't cut it cleanly. I will show you him in just a bit. If you've ever seen a governor, they're pretty much all the same. I will go over that in a little bit. So the backpack. This extends out, so you can get an even longer pokey poke. Or it just closes out to be his somewhat normal sized one, which is not normal at all. It's a huge little guy here. I say little, but I will show you in a second how large it really is. So this one is articulated obviously here, so that opens up and closes so you can display it on his back. That one rotates there. You can use that to plug into something, or he can use it as a handle. Obviously you'd probably want to clean that one up a little bit more than I did. I think that actually rotates here too. Yes, it does. So you can have a little bit more maneuverability on where you plug it into. This one obviously comes out, pulls back in, and this one comes off because I'm a Doto. The backpack itself, pretty simple. Plugs into that hexagram area, and then it has these joints here, the half ball, so you can move it up and down, rotate it this way and rotate it that way. This one opens, It's a similar style here. So you got the hinge and the rotation there, and then you get a hinge here on this side and rotation here. So a lot of playability with that one. You can go all over the place, and it's the same repeated on this side. It's actually exactly the same, but that one ends up plugging into the shield port, which you can also plug into the Spartan if you use the right adapter. Okay, so like I said, most of the governors have the same type of articulation, so I'm just going to go over this real fast. You get a head. That one also has that what Megami calls the giggity giggity. You got the rotation at the shoulder, which is a ball joint. The ball joint is on the governor side, and this plugs in here, which a lot of people complain about because it does wear out. Shoulder blocks some of the movement up, but it can rotate 360 degrees. You have a simple hinge here, so that goes up. You got a nice more than 90-degree elbow, and then a very simple ball joint in the hand, which it comes out pretty easily. So when you cut these off of the sprue, make sure you're very careful with that. If you cut a little bit too much, it will fall out all the time. It's already destined to be loose. But it does its job with holding on to things, just not like if you were to try to have him hold the lance, that would pop right off. So it doesn't take a lot of pressure, and that lance is pretty heavy for this guy's size. Same thing on the opposite side, except for you do get options for the hands. I just chose an open one on this side and the grabby for the other. It does come with a fist as well, and I think like open palms. You get a rotation up here at the upper chest, and that one also moves up and down because it is a ball. I think you get the same down here. Yeah, you do. It's just a little stiff here, so you can move that as well. There goes his hand again. You do get a ball joint. Oh no, this is the peg joint. Okay, so this is new. A lot of the other ones use a ball joint here. This one uses a peg, which is a good thing because it doesn't wear out as much. And you do get a little bit of articulation coming out this way and coming back in. That rotates inside the thigh as well. You get a knee bend, just a simple hinge, a little bit more than 90 degrees. And you get the ankle, which is usually similar to this one. The girl ones don't have this, I don't believe. They usually have just the a hinge, where this one you can actually rotate it a little bit and move it back and forth here. And I went and unplugged that, which is how the leg plugs into the thigh. So that just goes back in here. Now obviously this guy needs a little bit of support when he's holding that big old lance, so they gave him longer feet than normal, and they're not jointed or anything like that. They're just simple feet, but they are longer than the other governors that I've built. So he's got bigger feet. Like you'll notice on, say, these ones here, usually they're a lot smaller. The Hexagear has smaller ones as well. That's not to say there's anything wrong with that. To scale, it makes sense to have a smaller foot, but for this one they did give bigger feet so that he can probably hold that thing a little bit easier in different poses. Ideally you're going to want to stand because it is heavy. So normally you take that hexagram out, but because I got it lodged in there pretty good, I need to get a pair of tweezers and pull that sucker out. That one just replaces it, plugs in, and it does it in any of the sides of course, but then you got him with his long lance and he can go to town with it. So you just kind of hold that there and he is ready to go, ready to kick some booty. It's a very cool lance. If you're a fan of lances, which I am, it measures like 500 feet, something like that. I'm just kidding. it's a really long one. I think it's like 283 millimeters, they say, something like that. And it also has a replacement for this part here, which has a hole in it, so you can pose that on its own on a stand. Because, like I said, it's a little bit heavy for this little guy. I mean, really, with a little help, you can pose it any way you want. I mean, you just have to get clever with how you counterbalance things. But that's anything model kit related, is you just have to be a little bit more creative than you might be feeling. But honestly, it's not bad. Like, I mean, that didn't take a lot of work, and he's already standing up with that thing. Alright, huge lance. Definitely a fun one. And you might be asking why I said it was huge compared to some of the other stuff out there, but the other Lancer that I have on hand, I already posed with and played with, is Lancer from the Megami device series. So in contrast to that one, I think actually his is bigger in scale. So like in universe, that would be a larger lance, but she's got a pretty long lance. And obviously, this can be used with her. If you were to go ahead and port these things out, that'll plug right into there. So if you wanted to have a darker lance, you just go ahead and plug that right on in, and her stand can take care of that. So it looks right at home with her. If you wanted to paint it a darker scheme or put some red on there, she's got another poker. And that's pretty cool. And it doesn't look too out of sorts with, you know, who she is and what she's doing. It's pretty cool. In fact, they show it on the back of the box that it's compatible with the girl kits. So she does have a home there, or it does have a home there. Needless to say, I did enjoy this one very much. It's not very expensive. It's $25 if you can find it. Sometimes maybe a little bit more if it's they're not a lot of money for the governors, honestly. I enjoy building them. They're small, so I mean there's that. You can get a $25 Gundam kit, but I mean it's a Gundam kit. You know what you're getting. If you haven't built a governor, this one's definitely a good one to start with. In fact, I gave one of my friends one of these Biancos to start with, because I mean look at him, he's a freaking fatty chunk too, so I mean he's definitely a cool one. But I think this one's better in a lot of ways. The feet are better, the legs attach better, and it's just a really cool lance unit. I mean that lance is incredible. I think that arm can actually hold this one too, so if you wanted to go nightmare mode, he can do that too. So yeah, definitely a recommended one. I did not build his horse, but I do have it. I had it shown in one of the haul videos. Let me go ahead and show you what that one looks like. So there's two of these out too. There's the Sig Springer in black, like this one. So it'll be black and blue just like he is. And then there's also a Queen's Guard version, which the Queen's Guard version is in red. And there's a Queen's Guard version of him too, which has a cannon instead of the lance. So the Sig Springer pairs up with him really well, but also includes that ability to be used by the girl kits as well, which looks interesting, very interesting. And then you got Sprinter mode, Zotex mode, you got Centaur type gimmick, which looks cool. He's definitely going to be a fun one to build. And that guy is definitely going to have a blast riding his big horse. So hopefully I'll get that one done soon. It is on my list to build, and we'll get to that soon. And I will re-review this guy with the knowledge that I already did a review. It'll be fun. That's all for now. It was longer than I thought it was going to be, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for having patience with me, as usual, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Let's kill this guy. Let's just kill him. We'll see you guys next time.